For this week's direct instruction, we are again going to revisit a grammar and writing concept. Specifically, we are going to discuss some comma rules that you should be aware of as you write and revise your writing. The first rule that we are going to discuss is use the comma before the conjunction if there is a complete sentence before and after the conjunction. Here is an example of this rule. I didn't want to read the book, but my teacher told me I had to read it. In this sentence, but is the conjunction. It is joining two sentences. The first sentence, I didn't want to read the book, and the second sentence, my teacher told me I had to read it. Because the conjunction is joining two sentences, it requires the comma and the comma before it. Rule number 2. Items in a series and adjectives of like categories, meaning that they are describing the same thing, should be separated with commas. An example of items in a series. The girl bought new shoes, 2 sweaters, and a pair of jeans at the mall. In this case, she is listing 3 things that she bought: shoes, sweaters, and jeans. In order to separate the items in a series, we need commas. Example number 2 deals with adjectives of like categories. The large, overgrown pumpkin was bigger than the toddler. Large and overgrown are both describing pumpkin, so they require a comma to separate them. Rule 3. Use a comma after an introductory word, phrase, or clause. There are numerous examples of this, and I have provided a couple for you. Well, I find it difficult to decide is an example of an introductory word. Frantically, they searched for a parking space is an example of an introductory adverb. At the very top, my father paused to enjoy the view is an example of a prepositional phrase. Running quickly, the girl attempted to catch the bus is an example of a participial phrase. To get to Broadway, she took a taxi, infinitive phrase. When the team got off the plane, the crowd began to cheer. Is an adverb phrase. In all of these instances, the phrase or adverb or word is introducing the rest of the sentence and therefore requires a comma following it before the complete sentence begins. Rule 4. Use commas to set off parenthetical and non-essential phrases. Non-essential means that we don't really need it. Parenthetical means that it was input into the middle of a sentence. Some examples. Please, Ben, could you help me? Ben is a direct address. It is an example of a parenthetical. We don't need Ben in the sentence, so we surround it by commas to show this. They did their best, however, is a conjunctive adverb. She knew, of course, what the real answer was, a common expression. The building, tall and wide, towered above the sightseers. Tall and wide is a non-essential phrase. It is describing the building, but is not necessary to the meaning of the sentence. These are the 4 rules that I would like you to spend some time working with this week. Following this video are 10 sentences that you need to edit and correct and add commas to. Some of them may require only 1 comma. Others may require a couple commas. Please make sure that you answer all 10 questions in the submission box for this assignment. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me and I will gladly help you. Thank you.